Have you ever been told that walking more is the best way to stay healthy after 70? It's been the go-to advice for decades, simple, easy, and free. But what if I told you that walking too much and doing it wrong might actually speed up the aging process? Yes, you heard that right. Now let me be clear, I'm not saying walking is bad. Not at all. Walking is great. But if it's the only exercise you're doing in your 70s and beyond, you could be putting your joints, muscles, and balance at risk without realizing it. And that's what today's video is all about. Why this matters for people. Over 70, I've spent more than 35 years in internal medicine helping older adults stay mobile, independent, and full of life. One thing I've learned, movement is medicine. But the wrong kind of movement or the lack of variety can become poison over time. So in this video, we're going to set the record straight. You'll learn why walking alone won't protect you from age-related muscle loss, the 5 types of exercise your body really needs after 70, how to test your own strength, balance, flexibility, and posture right at home, and what to do starting today to reduce your fall risk, protect your joints, and feel confident in your own body again. So grab a notebook or just relax and listen, because this information could truly change the way you age for the better. And don't forget, if you're new here, subscribe, click the bell icon, and let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. We'd love to welcome you to the community. Strength training over 70, the real shield against aging. Let's start with something that surprises many of my patients. You can walk 5 miles a day and still lose muscle. It sounds strange, doesn't it? After all, walking moves your body. It burns calories. It helps your heart. But here's what walking doesn't do. It doesn't build strength, not in the way your aging body needs. The hidden risk. Sarcopenia. After 70, most adults begin to lose muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia. It's silent. It creeps in slowly, and you might not notice it until one day. You can't open that stubborn jar. You have trouble getting up from your favorite chair, or your arms feel heavy lifting groceries out of the car. This isn't just normal aging. It's a sign your muscles are fading, and walking won't stop it. What muscles really need to grow, or even to maintain muscle after 70, you need resistance. Resistance is what challenges your muscles to stay strong. And walking, while wonderful, doesn't offer enough resistance, especially to your upper body. The good news: you don't need a gym. You don't need heavy weights. You need smart strength training using light resistance, your own body weight, or even everyday objects like water bottles. Meet Robert, a real-life story. Take Robert, 75, from Ohio. Every morning he walked the neighborhood loop. People admired his consistency. But one day something changed. He couldn't lift a box from the garage shelf. He had to ask for help, something he hadn't needed before. His doctor told him, "Robert, your legs are moving, but your muscles are fading. Walking's not enough anymore." So Robert started doing chair squats, bicep curls with canned goods, resistance band rows. 3 months later, he was lifting that box again. No problem. More importantly, he said he felt more confident in his movements, and for the first time in years, his energy returned. Simple strength training ideas for seniors. Here are 3 safe, effective options you can start today. 1. Chair squats. Sit in a sturdy chair. Stand up without using your hands. Sit down slowly. Repeat 10 times. 2. Wall push-ups. Face a wall. Place your palms on it. Bend your elbows and gently push back. Do 2-3 sets of 10. 3. Resistance band rows. Sit down, place a band under your feet and pull back like you're rowing a boat. Keep your back straight. Each of these works major muscle groups without stressing your joints. Try this at home test. Can you stand up from a chair without using your hands? If yes, excellent, keep up the strength work. If no, your muscles are asking for more support. Start small, stay consistent, and remember, it's not about building bulk, it's about building function. Strength, independence, balance training. After 70, preventing the fall before it happens. Let me ask you something important. When was the last time you tested your balance, not your strength, not your flexibility, but your actual ability to stay steady on your feet? Most people assume balance is something you just have. After all, you've been walking your whole life. But here's the truth. As we age, balance doesn't stay steady unless we train it. And unfortunately, walking alone does very little to help. Why? Because walking uses momentum. It's rhythmic, predictable. But life isn't always predictable. You step off a curb wrong. You catch your foot on the edge of a rug. You reach for something on the top shelf and feel your body sway. If your stabilizing muscles, especially in your ankles, legs, and core, haven't been trained, that tiny wobble can turn into a fall. And as you know, a fall after 70 is no small thing. Broken hips, head injuries, hospital stays. These are the moments that can truly change the course of a person's independence. But here's the good news. You can train balance, just like strength. And you can start right at home. Let's take Edward's story as an example. He's 76 lives in the UK and has always been active. He walked every day, played with his grandkids, and prided himself on being fit for his age. Then one day, stepping off a curb, he lost his balance. He didn't fall, but it shook him deeply. His doctor ran no tests. Instead, he handed him a printed sheet with 3 simple exercises. And within 2 weeks, Edward said, "I feel more stable than I have in years." So what were those exercises? Here they are. 1. Stand on one leg for 10 seconds. Do it near a counter or a wall. Then switch legs. Try 3 rounds. 2. Walk heel to toe in a straight line, just like walking on a tightrope. Helps retrain your brain and body to stay centered. 3. Weight shifting. Stand with feet hip-width apart. Slowly shift your weight side to side, then front to back. These movements activate the deep, stabilizing muscles you don't use while walking. Want to test your current balance? Try standing on one foot. No support. Time yourself. Under 10 seconds. That's a sign it's time to start balance training. Over 30 seconds, great job, keep it up. Balance isn't just about staying upright, it's about confidence. It's about feeling secure in your body when you're home alone in the grocery store or out with friends. And like anything else, it improves with a little focused effort. Flexibility and mobility. Protecting your joints and moving with ease. After 70, have you ever tried to turn your head while driving and felt like your neck just wouldn't go? Or maybe you reached down to tie your shoe and realized you had to sit instead of bend. That stiffness, that reduced range of motion. It's not just aging, it's a loss of flexibility and mobility, and walking does little to fix it. Here's the thing, walking is linear. You move your legs back and forth in one straight line, but life moves in all directions. You twist to reach a shelf. You bend to pick something up. You turn around to respond to someone calling your name. And if your body isn't trained to move in those ways, it loses the ability to do so slowly and silently. But that loss isn't permanent. Flexibility and joint mobility can absolutely be maintained and even improved after 70. Let me tell you about Walter. Walter is 78 and lives in Ontario. He walked daily, always thought that was enough. But over time, he noticed small things. He couldn't easily look over his shoulder while backing up his car. He started feeling stiff every morning, and his spine just didn't twist the way it used to. His doctor told him, "You've got to start moving your joints, not just your feet." So Walter started doing some basic mobility work every day. Nothing intense, just focused. And in just a few weeks, he could turn more easily. He felt more mobile, more agile, less stiff. What changed? He added intentional stretching and mobility exercises to his daily routine. You can too. Here are a few excellent starting points. 1. Neck rotations. Sit or stand upright. Gently turn your head side to side, holding each position for 5 seconds. Repeat 5 to 10 times. 2. Shoulder rolls. Roll both shoulders forward in circles for 10 seconds, then backward. This helps loosen up the upper back and posture muscles. 3. Hip openers. Sit in a chair, cross one ankle over the opposite knee, and gently press down on the raised knee. Hold for 20-30 seconds each side. 4. Seated torso twists. Sit upright in a chair. Place your right hand on your left thigh and gently twist your torso to the left. Repeat on the other side. These are small movements with big benefits. Flexibility isn't about touching your toes, it's about reaching the toilet paper, grabbing a bowl from the shelf, or putting on your socks without pain. Want to check your current flexibility? Stand up straight. Slowly turn your head to the left, then the right. If it feels tight, restricted, or you can't turn far, that's a signal. Your joints are asking for attention, and with just 5 to 10 minutes a day, you can begin to give them exactly what they need. Coming up in the next part, one of the most overlooked but essential components of aging. Well, your core. It's not just about abs, it's about posture stability and protecting your spine from pain and collapse. Core. Strength and posture, the foundation of stability. After 70, let me ask you something. Have you noticed yourself leaning forward more when you walk? Or maybe your back gets sore after standing for a long time? That's not just bad posture. That's your core calling for help. Now, when most people hear the word core, they think of six-pack abs or crunches. But that's not what we're talking about here. Your core is your body's central support system. The muscles deep in your abdomen, back, pelvis, and even your hips. And when those muscles weaken, everything suffers. Your posture collapses. Your balance becomes shaky. Your back starts to ache. And your risk of falling increases even if your legs are strong. Walking, unfortunately, does very little for your core. That's why so many older adults find themselves slowly hunching forward despite being active walkers. Let me tell you about Harold. Harold is 75 and lives in Australia. He walked regularly 3 miles a day, rain or shine, but he noticed something troubling. His shoulders were rounding forward, his back felt tight, and more than anything, he didn't feel stable when turning or standing. His doctor explained, "You're walking, but your core isn't working." So Harold added a few simple core and posture exercises to his routine, no gym required. Within a month, he stood taller, felt stronger, and his nagging back pain began to fade. That's the power of core training after 70. Here are some easy, joint-safe exercises you can try at home. 1. Seated pelvic tilts. Sit in a chair with feet flat. Gently rock your pelvis forward and backward, feeling your lower back arch slightly and then flatten. Repeat 10-15 times. 2. Wall posture. Check. Stand against a wall. Try to keep the back of your head, shoulders, and hips touching the wall. Hold for 30 seconds. This helps retrain proper posture alignment. 3. Core bracing. While standing or sitting gently, tighten your belly muscles like you're preparing for a sneeze. Hold for 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times. No movement, just activation. Want to test your posture? Stand against a wall. Can the back of your head, your shoulder blades, and your hips all touch the wall at once without forcing it? If not, your core is likely weak, and posture training will make a big difference. Remember, core strength isn't about looking good. It's about feeling secure, moving safely, and preventing that slow, painful slouch that steals your energy and confidence. In the next section, we'll cover the final and possibly most surprising key to aging with comfort, low-impact movement. Because walking, when overdone or done without variety, can actually stress your joints, especially knees and hips. Protecting your joints with low-impact exercise. Movement without the wear and tear. We've talked about strength. We've talked about balance. We've talked about posture and flexibility. Now it's time to talk about something just as important, protecting your joints. Because even if walking feels good now, doing too much of it, especially the same way every day, can quietly wear down your joints. I've seen it time and again. A patient comes in at 74 or 76 and says, "Doc, I walk every morning. Why do my knees hurt?" And the answer is simple. Repetition without support leads to breakdown. Walking is repetitive. It puts the same pressure on the same areas, knees, hips, ankles, over and over again. And over time, especially if you're walking on hard pavement, you can develop knee pain, hip stiffness, foot and ankle swelling, joint inflammation. Now, I'm not saying stop walking, but I am saying balance it out. Introduce other forms of movement that give your joints a break while still keeping you active and mobile. Let's take Raymond's story. Raymond is 77 and lives in Germany. He walked every day about 45 minutes. He was proud of it. But after several months, he noticed his knees were aching. His hips felt tight, and he started dreading his daily walks. His doctor explained something important. You're not too old to walk, but your joints need variety, not repetition. So Raymond added 2 new low-impact exercises into his week. Gentle swimming, stationary biking. Within 1 month, his joint pain was noticeably reduced. His walking became easier, and most importantly, he felt hopeful again. So what exactly are low-impact exercises? They're movements that keep your body active without putting excess strain on your joints. Here are some of the best options for people over 70. 1. Swimming or water aerobics. The water supports your weight, protects your joints, and lets you move freely. 2. Stationary cycling. Gentle on the knees and hips, but great for circulation, leg strength, and stamina. 3. Tai Chi, flowing meditative practice that improves balance, coordination, and joint flexibility. 4. Chair yoga offers stretching, breathing, and movement, all while being easy on the joints. Want to test your joint health? Try this. Sit in a sturdy chair. Stand up without using your hands. If it feels stiff, painful, or you have to push off with your arms, your joints may be under too much strain. That's your cue to begin protecting them and diversifying how you move. Remember, your body was made to move in many different ways, and by giving your joints a break from hard pavement and repetitive strain, you're giving them the longer life they deserve. In our next part, the conclusion, I'll bring everything together. We'll reflect on the 5 keys to aging strong after 70, and I'll share how to build your new routine in just minutes a day. Final reflections, a smarter path. Forward after 70. If you've made it this far, give yourself some credit. Most people never question the usual advice. They walk every day thinking that's enough and wonder why their body still feels stiff, tired, or unstable. But you've taken the time to learn something deeper. That real health after 70 doesn't come from just walking. It comes from walking smarter and supporting your body in 5 key ways. Let's review 1. Strength training. Walking doesn't prevent muscle loss. Strength training does. Keep your muscles active with resistance and you'll protect your independence. 2. Balance practice. Walking doesn't train your stabilizing muscles. Simple balance drills can reduce your fall risk dramatically. 3. Flexibility and mobility. Walking doesn't stretch your joints. Daily movements that rotate, bend, and twist will keep you nimble and pain-free. 4. Core and posture support. Walking doesn't strengthen your spine. Core work helps you stand taller, breathe easier, and feel more confident in your body. 5. Low-impact variety. Walking too much can strain your joints. Add in swimming, cycling, or Tai Chi to move without the wear and tear. Here's the truth. You don't need to spend hours at the gym. You don't need to follow some intense fitness program. You simply need a balanced movement routine, one that trains your body the way life requires. Standing up, reaching, turning, bending, staying steady. That's what keeps you living life on your terms. And the best part, even if you haven't exercised in years, even if you've struggled with pain or fatigue, even if you thought walking was enough, it's never too late to start. Your body is more adaptable than you think. Start small, be consistent, and listen to your body. 5 to 10 minutes a day can change everything. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which area do you feel you need to work on the most: strength, balance, flexibility, posture, or joint protection? Tell us in the comments. Let's support each other. And if this video helped you or someone you care about, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend or loved one over 70. Because aging doesn't have to mean decline. With the right movement, it can mean growth, freedom, and confidence at any age. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay balanced, and I'll see you in the next video.